The Maruti Suzuki Brezza is a very special product for the leading car maker in the country. The Vitara Brezza, as the first generation product was called, was the first product that was entirely conceived, created and designed by Maruti Suzuki India. CV Raman, Maruti's current Chief Technical Officer, was made the Chief Engineer for the Vitara Brezza project, the first Indian engineer to have been given that responsibility by Suzuki globally. Back in 2016, when I had spoken to Mr. Raman, I remember him telling me that the primary objective was to be future ready from a platform perspective. Over 6 years later, and having sold over 750,000 units, the company has moved on to a next generation product with all-round changes. The new Brezza is based on the same global C platform that underpins its predecessor, a platform the company calls the TECT platform, and will continue to play in the highly competitive sub 4-meter SUV segment. Importantly, Maruti has decided to do away with the Vitara prefix on the Brezza, reserving it for the upcoming premium SUV, which will be called the Grand Vitara and will be unveiled on July 20th.
Brezza, as you know, is very special for all of us at Maruti and for the Indian customers too.
Right.
And it created its own space. And when we conceived that, we wanted it to be a masculine, aggressive, sporty, and it was well received. And had good performance. And at that point of time, whatever features or whatever was provided, that was well accepted. And that's why, we sold 7.5 lakhs in the last 5-6 years. But, to push the boundary, next generation Brezza, what do we do? And our brief to the designers was it has to stand out and it has to be a step up.
Okay.
That was the main thing. And so how can we carry the lineage of Brezza to the next level? Make it more SUV-ish, make it more masculine, make it more upright, and the envelope is fixed. And there's no change in the dimensions that you see.
Right.
The length, the width, the height has gone up because of the shark fin antenna, but otherwise it's almost the same.
To begin with, Maruti Suzuki designers decided to lift up the hood from the front significantly. The idea was to show a higher center of gravity. Interestingly, the company hasn't increased the CG of the SUV but has made it look higher. As a result, the roof lining has an increased slope, and in order to make the roof look more floating, the glass to metal ratio has been changed. The clad was increased and square-shaped wheel arches were incorporated.
Earlier Brezza was two pieces. This is one piece. So the whole expanse is bigger.
Right.
So the whole vehicle looks higher. So from the front it is higher. From the rear also it has been raised up.
Right.
So and if you see the plan view, everything has been pushed out.
Correct.
Within the boundary.
Right.
So to make it more stance, more masculine, and the blister on the fender, the geometric fender, make it more robust, more aggressive, and overall make it a very, very sporty feel. So and made 16-inch as a standard. Across the variant. So overall, Brezza today is a step up, standing out.
The glass area at the rear has remained the same, but it has been made a bit longer with the use of a wraparound glass, which has moved up by 40 mm. The metal ratio has also come down because the clad ratio has increased by about 8%. Even the belt line has moved up by about 5 to 7 millimeters in the front and by about 10 to 12 millimeters in the rear. All of these changes up the Brezza's floating roof effect overall. Even from the interior's perspective, a lot of changes were made. Mr. Raman spoke about a modern layered design using asymmetric accent. One of the key targets for the designers and engineers working on the Brezza was to make the perceived quality better and make the vehicle look richer. And a detailed look at the vehicle, both from the outside and inside, gives you a feeling of a design that has certainly been stepped up compared to the outgoing model. Although the company has carried over the same tech platform used in the earlier generation Brezza, there have been changes incorporated to make it more stable and strong.
Platform side, it is the tech platform.
Right.
It is a carryover from the earlier generation of Brezza. However, of course, from the body side, overall structure, we have increased the high tensile steel, made it the torsional rigidity a little better, so that the stability and the overall ride NVH, the overall stability feeling improves.
Okay.
So that was the thing which we have done. But overall, from a underpinnings perspective, the platform is same. Yes, the weight has gone up because of the powertrain, because of the equipment, and so we had to change the spring rates and do the tuning, so that and I'm sure you would have actually experienced the vehicle, and I'm sure you will be able to tell me better about how you feel about it,
Sure.
as whether it has stepped up from the existing Brezza.
Overall, the amount of high tensile strength steel on the Brezza platform has gone up by 20%, Mr. Raman said. Meanwhile, powering the Brezza is Maruti's new K-series engine that was introduced with the XL6 facelift, the K15C dual VVT dual jet petrol engine that features cooled EGR, higher compression ratio with lower friction, and comes with a progressive smart hybrid system. This is a 1462cc naturally aspirated engine that puts out 102 horsepower at 6000 rpm and 137 newton meters of torque at 4400 rpm. Compared to the earlier K15B engines 103 bhp and 138 newton meters, the outputs on the K15C are slightly lower. The company claims to have made an improvement on the fuel emission of the Brezza by 18 to 20%, which translates to 20.15 kilometers to a liter on the manual transmission variant, while the variant with the new 6-speed torque converter automatic gearbox delivers a certified mileage of close to 20 kmpl. This is despite the overall weight of the Brezza going up by about 40 kilograms.
Therefore, there is a much improvement from a fuel efficiency perspective. The weight has gone up, but still we have been able to manage that, and that's the the powertrain efficiency and the tuning which is reflecting.
Sure. Maruti expects this engine to help it meet the upcoming CAFE norms, and Mr. Raman said this is capable of meeting future flex fuel requirements as well. The 6-speed torque converter automatic transmission, meanwhile, replaced the earlier 4-speed unit. Maruti has also offered paddle shifters for convenience of drivers. Suspension duties on the Brezza is carried out by McPherson strut suspension at the front and a torsion beam with coil springs at the rear. The setup gives the Brezza occupants a comfortable ride overall. Even in terms of handling and dynamics, the Brezza felt pretty solid, but during our test drive around Chennai, we did not have many opportunities to test the dynamics of the vehicle. Meanwhile, after ducking the sunroof bullet for all these years, the market leader has finally given in to consumer demand. In addition, the Brezza gets a 360-degree camera, head-up display, rear AC vents, and wireless charging pad. Among other new features, the Brezza gets a new 9-inch touchscreen head unit with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity. The integrated Suzuki Connect offers 40-plus connected features, including remote AC operation, headlight on-off, location and trips, vehicle status and alerts, etc. There is ambient lighting, auto-dimming IRVM, cruise control, 60 to 40 split rear seats and reach adjustment for the steering in the inside, while the exterior features include dual projector LED auto headlamps, LED DRLs, LED fog lamps, LED tail lamps, and alloy wheels, among others.
Infotainment system is new. The instrument cluster is new. We have Suzuki Connect system which is integrated. We have the head-up display which has got integrated into the interior. And from interior feature perspective, we also have a sunroof. So all of this is in the electrical architecture and changes which are there, which has more electrical and electronic component, which is clearly visible in terms of the features.
One can look at other products in the market and the segment Brezza features in and feel Maruti missed out on offering customers features such as drive modes, tire pressure monitoring system, and auto wipers as standard offerings. From a safety perspective though, the Brezza comes equipped with 20 plus safety features including 6 airbags, electronic stability program, hill hold assist, a 360-degree camera system, and ISOFIX. The top-end ZXi Plus variant also gets Suzuki Connect system, which has safety features like geofencing, stolen vehicle notification, and emergency alerts. The 2022 Brezza got off to a brilliant start with over 50,000 bookings a day after it was launched in the market. From an SUV standpoint, the company wants to play the volume game and hence worked on a product that meets the needs and aspirations of the current generation and next generation of customers. Overall, there aren't many loopholes to point out at, but we do feel that fit and finish in certain areas of the interiors could be improved.
In the SUV segment, we believe that the SUV segment is going to grow, and definitely, as you know, we announced in the launch also, our MD Sam had said that we are going to bring in more SUVs so
Sure.
that we participate more in that segment. And of course, we have a large share in the hatch segment
Right.
in any case. So we want to, overall make sure that we target our market share, bring it to the levels what is desirable.
Maruti Suzuki has taken a holistic view on technology offerings and has been working on various fuel technologies that eventually leads to carbon neutrality. Towards that, it is working on flex fuel engines in addition to having CNG options on many of its products. It is also committed to upgrade all its vehicles to E20 compatibility by April 2023. Further, it has made commitments to work on bio-CNG, and as Mr. Raman said, with the increase in bio-CNG, the CNG variants will also increase. Of course, with the electric mobility game picking pace across the country, the market leaders, albeit a bit slow jumping into the bandwagon, has already announced an investment of INR 10,000 crore by 2025 towards introduction of electric vehicles in the country. Maruti Suzuki's play in the SUV segment is just about heating up. While the Brezza has got off to a flyer, the upcoming premium Grand Vitara is expected to up the game significantly. We'll soon get you more details on that. Until then, goodbye.